Hello everyone, I'm Chaz Bryant and this is the Carolina Warrior TV's preview of the March 16th Elite Championship Cage Fighting Show. It's going to be a great card so far that they're put together. One of the guys, along with Tim Parker, along with Paul Boo, is the Master of Cool, Kevin Ferrant. He's here with me now. You guys at Hyson are working together with Marcelo Rodriguez, and if anybody knows about Elite cards, they're such great cards. How did your involvement, how did you get started with the involvement with them?
Highston and Marcelo and Elite, we go way back. I had a close relationship for a long time, and Marcelo was looking for a little help matching up his next card, and asked if I would like to get involved, and I said absolutely. It's something that I've always wanted to do. I got a passion for MMA, but not only MMA, but the local MMA scene. I study these guys, amateurs who have won 2 fights or even getting ready to make debuts.
Yeah.
I know a lot about these guys already, and it's just something that I enjoy doing.
And you're a past Elite champion. You had a belts with Elite, Fight Lab, and I believe down there the Warfare card at one time, if I'm correct about that. Am I wrrong?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, I know. I had to think in my head a little bit. So it's sort of interesting that you're getting involved, with a promotion you've held a title with. So how odd or weird or coincidental is that?
Well, like I said, when I fought for them, that's when I met Marcelo,
Yeah.
and we've had a good relationship ever since. We stayed in contact, stayed close, and when the opportunity was available, it was all about taking advantage of that and getting involved in this part of the MMA scene.
In this, I guess you had a little bit of downtime with, since your last fight, you had a little hand injury, if I was correct?
Yeah, my last fight I broke my hand. I was out of the gym for a few months. I'm back into the gym training full time now, getting ready, get myself in a position to be ready to fight once the opportunity arises.
Good to hear that, along with the XFC, a lot of good guys who came up. We saw the card just a couple of weeks ago. They came through, and you're on the premier card when they came through Charlotte, so I'm pretty sure you want to get back in there now. But let's just take a look at this card coming up next weekend. You got a great title shot coming up. You got the 9-4 Tony Rogers versus 2-2 Brandon Davis. That looks like such an electric fight that should be coming up.
That fight has me very excited. Now you look at Brandon's record at 2-2. It's a little deceiving. This guy, he's fighting at 170 pounds, 6'4". He's solid muscle. He's a very well-rounded fighter. He continues to improve on his striking. You can see, you watch his fights, he definitely likes to stand and bang. But the guy's got some slick jiu-jitsu also to complement his boxing that he's been working on.
Yeah, and it's so interesting, just going through this card. You got a mix of sort of veterans who've been in there, some guys who maybe have 1 or 2 fights on there, but some new guys in there. That's always going to be a challenge, I think, matching up guys. What's their style coming out?
Yeah. Well, that's always been a strong point of Elite, is finding fresh talent out there, finding debut guys or 1-0 guys, 1-on-1 guys to come in and put exciting fights on. For example, a fighter that I'm really looking forward to seeing is Matthew Grant. He trains out of Rick Davis MMA up in Statesville, and he's making his debut at 155 pounds, and I hear great things about the kid, and I can't wait to see him in the cage. It's
like you said, Elite always brings some of these new guys with you don't know where they're coming from, or not say you don't know where they're coming from. You don't know how they're going to be inside the cage because maybe jitters or how the coaching is going to come out to be. So that's always an interesting dynamic. But anything else you're looking forward to on that night?
I'm excited to see Randy Ortiz and Christian McCallum.
Some of your guys.
Some of the Hyson guys make appearances in the Elite cage also.
I know, being down here at Modern Warrior, the coach, the rock star is always nervous whenever he's coaching. How do you feel? Because you're not going to be able to get in the cage with him. This isn't a tag team effort. How's your nerves going to be on that Saturday? I'm
probably more nervous for their fights than for my fights. For my fights, I never get nervous, but for when my teammates are fighting, for some reason, I'm a nervous ball of energy. Much like the rock star, there's a lot of anxiety, and you've done everything you can to prepare them for the fight, and win or lose, they're gonna show well in the cage, but. For some reason, I'm just way more nervous for their fights than my fights.
It should be an interesting night. Elite Championship Cage Fighting returns to the Metrolina Center in Charlotte, North Carolina, March 16th. Get your tickets, they're on sale. Visit the website. Folks, it's going to be another great local night of MMA fights here in the Carolinas. Thank you very much, Kevin.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.